Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of N Squared Gaming. Now, today we are going to be playing Prison Architect because at the time of recording, it is currently October 6th, which is the launch day, meaning that career mode, or the campaign, has just been released. So, we're going to be playing that. Now, I have played the first one in the alpha, but like a year or something ago, so I don't quite remember it. Shall we begin? Introversion software. We got Dino in prison. We've got, who's that? Buckwell, Corner, Jay. I know a Jay. That's the cell where we put all the OCD people because the walls are different colors. They just go crazy. Ooh, yes, offices. The warden gets a big office. Prison Architect. Come on, there we go. This is a tough one. There's a prisoner incarcerated at this facility who's been convicted of a double murder and sentenced to death. That's where we come in. We've been contracted to construct an execution chamber in time for the guy's big day. He's getting married. Aw, how sweet. Is that not what big day means? This is where I want the new facility to be built. The first step with any project like this is to construct the building itself, with enough space inside to fit an execution room and a holding cell. A holding cell? Wow. He's more generous than I am. So, let's get started. Construct a new building here. We will also need an entrance to the new execution facility. Build a large jail door in the south wall. Alright, so if you don't know how to play Prison Architect, basically you build a prison. Hello? Your workmen are responsible for the construction of buildings. They'll collect the steel and concrete from this storeroom and take it to the construction site. They'll use those raw materials to build the foundations and framework of your new building. This is the slowest part of construction, so you should plan ahead when building new facilities. While we wait, take a look around. Use WASD or the arrow keys to move around, and use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Yes, speed up time. So yes, this is Prison Architect. I'm really glad they added this campaign mode, because I really wanted to play this for the channel, but I'm not very good at commenting on real-time strategies, so hopefully this will give me something to talk about as I play. Inside the building, I want a cell and an execution room. Partition the space by constructing some brick walls. Oh, really? Do I have to do brick walls? Do I really have to do brick walls? I'm gonna do concrete walls. Screw you, Mr. CEO. I make my own rules around here. I pay the bills, I build the prison. That's how we run this place. Why is there no water pump? This prison doesn't have a water pump. So I don't know how they're getting any water. Did it work? Yeah. Now, add large jail doors to those dividing walls. You can route an object before placement by clicking the middle mouse button. Oh, you can rotate an object before placement by clicking the middle mouse button or press R. There's no stone right there. That bugs me. I was gonna say, you can reroute objects while they're being moved? That's new. Come on, why does it keep slowing the game down? Come on, you lazy workmen! Ooh. What happened? Oh, it's eat time. That's looking good. We now need to design rooms within those spaces. Designate a cell in the smaller area where a condemned inmate will live. Then, designate the execution room itself in the larger area. This guy is much nicer than I actually am in the game. He gets a big cell in the execution room. My execution rooms are this big, because that's all they need to be, and they don't have any chairs. These new rooms have requirements before they become functional. The cell needs a bed and a toilet. The execution room requires an electric chair. I think the CEO is dying. He's got a bit of a cold. Who opened that door? Did I say you could open that door? Oh, I missed. It's just so big. And that's a waste of space, that hallway. And they slowed the game down. Come on. Grab the chair. Is there even... Oh, cool, there's little pictures. This box contains half of a serving table. That box has an entire... an entire tree. This box has half of a bed. Really, these guys give all the prisoners the broken stuff. That's the essentials taken care of, but there are still a few improvements you can make. It's up to you, though. These aren't strictly required. It depends how much you care about your prisoners and their environment. I don't care about my prisoners. The cell itself could be improved with an outward-facing window and a small bookshelf. The facility would look better with a higher quality floor material, like wooden floorboards and mosaic tiles. Outside you could add outside you could add some lighting and a paved pathway if you think it needs it. This guy has a really crooked pointer finger. I don't actually know if my mouse is being recorded. That would have been a good thing to check. Yep. Go away. This is the man in question, Edward Romsey. A teacher once, would you believe? Yes, I would believe that. He looks like a dad, actually. Not really a teacher. He looks like a very sad dad. It's not our place to decide if he deserves this. The law has made that decision. We're just here to do a job. I've just lost sound. Alright, fine. Once you are satisfied... Go away! The Steam login is popping up if you can't see that. Once you are satisfied, the facility is ready. You can begin the prisoner transfer to his new cell. Simply click on the Polaroid in his cell to initiate the transfer. Ooh, that's new. The chief needs a voice. What does the chief sound like? Don't shed a tear for this guy. He's a stone-cold killer. Guilty as charged. Just go away. Someone laughed. He even confessed. Want to hear his description of what he did? It's juicy stuff. It was around 11 p.m. The lights were already on. I knew she was home. Ooh, that's a nice table. They do have a back door. They installed their door wrong though. What's this guy sound like? I knew I'd catch you two here. I literally just plugged my nose for that voice. Edward, don't. Just don't. What are you going to do? Spoilers, he kills them. In this picture, that guy is shot on the left side of his head, but his sprite is shot on the right. Same with, and then the woman is facing down. In this shot, she's facing upward. Come on, version 1.1. You need a more polished game, introversion. What was his voice? Clear as day, if you'd ask me. Deserves every volt he's gonna get. I want this to sound like the guy from The Princess Bride. Marish? All men deserve forgiveness. That's a terrible accent. Even him. Are you so sure in yourself that you can deal out such lawful judgment? Catching your wife with another man is no excuse for what he did. Well, it is an excuse, it's just not a very good one. And he went there with a loaded gun, knowing he'd fight them together. That's a waste. He only needed 2 bullets. That's double premeditated murder. What was it? He's done nothing wrong. He's done nothing but cooperate with the authorities. This state is making an example of him. I think his voice changed. If he'd committed this crime 100 miles north, he'd be looking at life imprisonment instead. How is that justice? Do you want a guy like this running free? I'll sleep just fine at night when I know he's gone. They could walk a bit faster, though. Oop. Hello. What is for? Good day so far. However, there is one problem. The execution room isn't functioning yet because it doesn't have any power. Why would you bring the guy to the facility? We need to connect it to the electrical supply. Well, first off, you need to get a water supply, which you clearly don't have. We are now viewing the prison in utilities mode, which shows us the electrical wiring layout for the entire prison. Each building in the prison... Oh my god, I should have got water for this. Each building in the prison is connected to the power grid by these thick underground electrical cables. Even the shower room. You need water for showers, not electricity. This power is provided to the prison by this substation, which draws electricity from the national grid. Is it a national grid? Is all of the country's power connected in one spot? As you can see, this entire wing of prison cells is without power. All of the lights are out. Poor Emampsis and Parkin. And Dino. To fix this problem, we need to switch into utilities mode to understand why the lights are out of power. They're not wired up. I may be a robotics engineer, but I don't need to know how to put together a light bulb to tell you that the lights just don't have power. Why do they let this guy run a prison? The nearest electrical cables are too far away. Our engineers can't complete the wiring for this there. Sorry, my mom came in. Extend the electrical cables nearby to cover this wing of the prison. Alright. Electrical cables. Done. And, spoiler alert, I'm gonna connect the electrical chair to power, because it needs electricity. The warden's gonna be so proud of me. He might even promote me. He might even let this button stay at max speed. Who died? That's not my fault. Look, I had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. He just dropped dead. He was an old man. He was 58 years old. Lights aren't the only thing that needs power. Your new electric chair does too. Use the power cables to— Yeah, I already did this, Mr. CEO. Look at, he's shocked. Just his dentures are falling straight out of his mouth. The electric chair itself is a special type of electricity item. It requires its own dedicated power line. You'll need to connect it up directly with main cables. Hey, guess what? Guess what, Mr. CEO, with your striped shirt? I already did. That guy's gone. Aren't you impressed? We are almost done, I think. We should test the new execution room at least once before we try to use it, though. I'm just gonna turn it on for a few seconds, because I can do that. I don't trust you. Make sure everything is okay. You failed! Stop messing with my prison! Well, that didn't work. Looks like we drew too much power and tripped the circuit breaker in the power station. The whole prison is dark. We're going to need more juice to be able to handle the power spike that electric chair generates. Don't pour juice on my generator, Mr. CEO. First, we need to turn the power back on. This is a two-step process. Switch the power station back by clicking on it and selecting Switch On in the menu that appears. That's not gonna work. Then build 3 more capacitors so we have enough power capacity to handle the electric chair. Once you've done that, test the electric chair again by clicking on it and selecting Switch On in the main menu. Does that work? Oh my goodness. I thought you had to turn on all, like, 16 capacitors individually and then the power station. Someone has played this before. Is that in the update, or was that always a thing? Because that should have always been a thing, and I'm so glad that it is. That was the worst thing. The power always went out, and you had to go click, switch on. It was click, switch on, click, switch on, click, switch on, click, switch on for all 16 capacitors, and then the power station. Alright, CEO, what is it? Come on. I don't have all day. Hello? Alright, I've reloaded the campaign. And, oh. I just needed to test the electric chair. Well done. I believe we are finished with this job. What happens now is out of our hands. We did a professional job, and that's important in our business. Try not to worry about what happens next. Ooh, that's a bit loud. This sounds like something from the Temple of Time. Can I help you? Are you looking for forgiveness? I don't know. I have to do something. I can't live with the things I've done. You have to turn yourself in. Whatever you've done, you cannot evade the consequences. You will never be able to live with yourself until you face up to your past. I want to go back. I want to forgive her. I want her to forgive me. He still has blood over himself. God will forgive you, no matter what you have done, if you ask him to. But you must answer for your crimes in the eyes of the law. There is no other way. Ooh, they closed the door. It is time, Edward. What you have done is the right thing, even though the world will not forgive you for it. You will be with God soon. and he will have the final judgment on you. Oop, I clicked. I don't know what's happening. I love this music for the execution. Come on. Come on, pull the switch. Oh, you might want to take off his glasses. They might spark or something. Edward Romsey, you have been found guilty of 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree. The penalty is death. Do you have anything to say?
Susan, I'm sorry.
Pull the switch. There's no switch on this wall. I think there was too much electricity. The whole vision's gone white. I can't see anything. And now it's black. There's a blackout in my prison. I should never let that CEO tell me what to do again. Look, he's killed the power in my entire prison. It's all gone. It's all dead. He killed it. I blame the CEO, as always.